What's up, everybody? Let me start off by saying, now that we're in September, I have officially been trading for 4 years now. I started back in 2019 around the time of the whole C19 thing. In that 4 years, I passed 10 FTMO challenges, which was pretty noteworthy. I came up with a very profitable strategy involving 7 different trading patterns. I made an online course, version 1.0 and 2.0. In my second year, I started this YouTube channel, which now is doing pretty well. Over this time span, I've done pretty good for myself. I do remember when I was first starting out, I literally did not have a computer at the time. I would backtest for hours and hours on my cell phone on TradingView, looking for good patterns that produce consistent wins. I would buy books on market structure, stock trading, studying probability, studying how casinos work, how professional poker players make money, just anything and everything involving the world of day trading, probabilities, and everything else involved. I was very hungry. I was dedicated. My purpose was to become a successful forex trader no matter what. I finally started to make some headway within my second year. This is when it all clicked for me. I was able to spot profitable patterns pretty easily at this point, but it was year 3 where it really all came together. I had it figured out. I figured out the giant puzzle that is forex trading. I thought that would make me even more driven and more passionate, but it actually had the opposite effect. So since I had figured out how to do it, my intensity for learning and getting better completely fell off. I wasn't reading books on trading anymore. I wasn't taking courses or backtesting like I used to. I wasn't filling out my trading journal and trading log every day. I was taking trades with absolutely no confirmation at all. I was just pretty much going through the motions. And to top it off, I had now committed myself to doing daily live streams. So even on days where I didn't want to trade, I would still do it anyway because I didn't want to let the viewers down. And this led me pretty much to just phoning it in on my sessions. I can't tell you the last time I filled out my trading journal even, let alone my trading log, or did any type of proper backtesting. And this is the most important one here. You have to practice seeing the patterns to keep it in your memory of what they actually look like. It's like playing a sport. You have to continue to practice or your skills will suffer. And I want to use Friday's trading session, which was embarrassingly live streamed, to show what I mean here. I should have left the session with 4 reward, which is pretty solid, and instead I had a huge loss. So let's take a look at those trades from that day and what I should have done instead. All right, so let's go ahead and look back at Friday's session. I'll show you what I did wrong and what I should have done instead. So this was the start of the session right over here. So you see we had pretty much a fake out. So if you look on the hourly chart, let's see where this is. Right over here. So this is a pretty nice start of a downtrend at least. So it should have came down a little bit more immediately, but it didn't happen until later. This was NFP day, so the move was a little bit delayed. So my logic was this move was going to continue down. So what I should have done to be on the safe side was just do the sell stop here and the stop loss up here. Now that might have actually triggered just because it kind of peekabooed down there. So that may or may not have been a loss, and that really wasn't even the best way to do it anyway. The better way would have been to trade the fake out, and the way to do that would be to wait for a pullback to the 8 EMA in this case, and that is right here on this bar. I'll use probably at least a 5 pip stop loss there, and you could have went for either 10 or 1.34, so 1 1/3, which is 6.7. So pretty much right in there. You have to put the spread in there too. I probably would have just went for that. So 1.34 there. That would have been a nice win there instead of the big loss that I took. And then also I took a trade on the U franc. And this trade was fine. I actually took it in the right place. So the start of the session was actually right here on this bar. So the first red bar down, which is right here, Could have actually gotten it like right in there somewhere. Again, 5 pip stop loss, so 7.7. Barely, but it did make it. I actually went for 2, and that's why I ended up losing that trade. So that's another 1 1/3 right there. And then there was one more trade on the Euro GBP. And I tried to catch this move here on the way back up, but it actually just continued down. So what I should have done, since there was no confirmation anyway, was go for a sell stop order right under, I would say, this bar right here. I'll put it under there. Again, you can go at 5 and 7.7. So that would have went through right over there. Now these were some pretty tight trades, but they did all 3 go through had I done it that way. So the good thing about using 1 1/3 reward is when you times it by 3, you end up getting 4. So instead of just going for 1, you'll get 3. You go for 1 1/3, you'll get 4. And I did a lot of back testing probably about a year ago, just to make sure that if it goes 1, it also goes 1 1/3. It almost always does. I'd say maybe 90% of the time. So it's much better to go for 1.34 instead of just 1. My performance hasn't been all bad. There were days where I would snap back into professional trader mode and actually leave the session with a nice 4 reward or 5 reward like I'm supposed to. But overall, my entire attitude toward this needs to be brought back to how it was in the beginning. Hungry, professional, relentless, and doing anything and everything to keep my skills at a top-notch level. So number 1, I'll be simplifying my trading down to just 3 trading patterns: the EMA pullback, the retrace, and the consolidation trend continuation. Reversals, they don't have as high of a win rate as the trend continuation patterns. And if it's a solid reversal, you'll eventually have a trend continuation pattern within that move anyway. And this is the same with breakouts. You just simply wait for the TC pattern rather than trying to trade the breakout itself. You'll have a much higher win rate that way. And all 3 of these TC patterns have at least 1 bar confirmation on the 5-minute chart. So there is absolutely 0 reason for a trading session to ever feel frantic or hectic. You simply wait for the confirmation and then you take the trade. No confirmation, no trade. It's as simple as that. So it's important to remember there will always be another proper trade, probably within the next half an hour if you happen to miss a trade. And number 2, I need to be taking my brand, the Currency Collective itself, much more seriously as well. This means updating the website, logos, the live stream quality, and starting and ending the streams on time. More of an experience that I used to provide with my early videos back when I was hungry, like I mentioned earlier. Also, I've decided to skip version 2.5 for the new course, seeing as how I've completely revamped my trading strategy to be much simpler and more effective. I think version 3.0 is in order. I'll still honor what I said before, and it will still be a free upgrade for anyone who already purchased version 1.0 or 2.0. I'll make a proper announcement about it once I'm ready to go. And number 3, I just started up a $50,000 FTMO challenge, the new unlimited version. I believe this past Sunday. I dropped the account all the way down to just 500 remaining before I would end up hitting the max loss amount. So basically I have $500 left, but I don't want to throw away the account and waste the money. So instead I'll be running a recovery program on it. So $10 risk until I get 10R, and then $20 risk until I get another 10R. I repeat that with $50 risk, $100 risk, and then finally back to my original 0.3% or $150 risk to finish it up. And this will allow me to get back on track with my trading before I risk any large amounts of money. So I'll allow myself to take compound trades on retrace moves and deep EMA pullbacks on existing 1-hour trends only. And other than that, I'll stick with my current strategy of a straight 0.3% risk. And you know, I didn't do this on purpose, but this will actually make for some great content as well. Being able to recover the account from such a huge loss, which I've done before. So those are the main things I'll be working on. I haven't taken a single proper break since I started this whole thing way back in 2019. So starting this week, I will be taking 2 weeks off completely from trading and from making YouTube videos. And this is the time that I need to regroup, revamp, and come back hungry like I used to be. I'm a person who's normally all about excellence and doing things the way that they need to be done. I let that slip quite a bit recently, and I'm bringing it all the way back. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is my own little public pep talk to myself, I guess. So I'll be out of town until the 17th, and I'll start back up the new and improved live streams on the 18th of this month. So you can expect a much more awesome experience at that time. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend, and I'll see you soon.